We no longer want to engage in this deceitful diplomacy. In an interview, we spoke about the Ivorian regime. Some Burkinabés got on their high horses and criticized. I say it, I insist, and I persist. We have nothing against the Ivorian people, but we have an issue with those who govern Côte d'Ivoire.
Gunshot is echoing across the capital of Ivory Coast, Abidjan, in what had been described as the early stage of a military coup or large scale of civil uprising, based on the report we are getting from the citizens and also on social media. There is a fast unfolding crisis in Ivory Coast right now. The government has shut down the internet and all news transmission system across the country just to contain the mayhem that is unfolding in the country right now. Over the last 48 hours, about 60 people have been feared dead as the clashes intensified in the key areas of the capital. The uprising started as a result of widespread dissatisfaction with the president of the country. The man is accused of severe human rights abuses, increasing poverty, and maintaining close ties with the Western influence. France, I suppose you guys know, which is the long-standing source of national resentment. From me, Big Shy, okay, let me be clear with this. Let me just remind you that there are no official confirmation yet due to the internet and the communication system and the media system being shut down in the country. However, there are speculations on social media platforms across the world, especially on Twitter. There is a claim that the president of the country is either gone missing, arrested, or possibly dead. No public appearances or official statement had been made since the violence started. The violence didn't start today. I think it started about 2 days ago, apparently. Now, this is now making the speculation of, the president gone more likely. But like I said, there are no official confirmation. Let me just remind you, this is not the first time Ivory Coast would encounter instability in their country. We have the 1999 coup. We have the civil war between 2002 and 2007. And then it picked up again from 2010 to 2011. And then we have the military immunity that took place in 2017. Today's event is not a surprise at all to most of us, However, it raises the fear of a full civil war in the country. And this is something they don't need right now. They don't need that right now. The citizens accused the president of being Western puppet, being the puppet of Western powers, particularly France and the United States, with growing criticism aimed at the recent expansion of AFRICOM. He expanded the presence of AFRICOM in the region. If you don't know what AFRICOM means, look it up. At the time I was making this video, Big Shy, at the time I was making this update, the communication and the internet system in Ivory Coast is still down. And please, I beg you, there are no verified information being published yet by the state authority or any government official.
Breaking news tonight. Ivory Coast is in turmoil after military coup has ousted President Alassane Ouattara. Armed forces announced a takeover on national television, suspending the constitution and dissolving the government. President Ouattara, in power since 2010, was controversially re-elected in 2020 amid opposition, boycott, and unrest. Critics accused him of undermining democracy by running for a third term. The junta who overthrew the government claims it acted to restore stability, but regional leaders are condemning the coup. International community watches closely as West Africa faces yet another crisis. Stay with us for updates.
We no longer want to engage in this deceitful diplomacy. In an interview, we spoke about the Ivorian regime. Some Burkinabés got on their high horses and criticized. I say it, I insist, and I persist. We have nothing against the Ivorian people, but we have an issue with those who govern Côte d'Ivoire. We say it and we repeat it again. Let me tell you something. Allow me to tell you something. There is indeed in Abidjan an operations center to destabilize our country. No one can deny it, and we will provide you with evidence in the coming days. We will show you physical evidence. You will understand what we are talking about. No one will come to tell us that in Benin there is no French base directed against us. We have the evidence at hand. Two past important bases. No one can dispute them, and I challenge them. And we have nothing against the Beninese people. There we have a problem with the policy of the Beninese leaders. And we say it loud and clear again. In this diplomacy, we have decided to tell the truth. There are indeed two bases, one towards Kandy and the other going towards Porga, or I don't know which locality. Runways have been renovated to more than 3,000 meters long. Planes land. People equipped and train the terrorists. Over there, we have audio recordings of French agents in Benin over there who are staying at the terrorists' operations center. They show the operations with them. They help them with medical care. They do everything there. We have all the details on them. And you don't want us to tell our people? We will say it. If you don't want it, if they don't want it, they should stop behaving like that. It's simple. We didn't force anyone to take their independence. If you decide to stay in your situation, but don't turn your countries into air bases.
Another coup d'etat has happened in African countries, West African countries, Ivory Coast, the neighboring countries of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. We have been experiencing the Ivory Coast has been one of the countries that has been attacking Ibrahim Traore. Ivory Coast has been the country is a country that has been using by the West to destroy and to terminate Ibrahim Traore. So we don't know why this has happened to the country. But what I know is that, those who have been associating with the West to destroy Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore at large, they are not the citizens of that country. If they are the citizens of that country, maybe they are just some of the citizens, few of the citizens who don't know what they are doing. But the large number of the country of the citizens in this country, they were not supporting the associating and working together with the French government. So when it comes to this point that they have decided that they want to follow the footsteps of Burkina Faso, that they want to follow the footsteps of their neighboring countries as the West African countries, they know the benefits and they know that they have to do that at least to save their countries, at least to save their economy, at least to save their resources. Because French has been the colonizer of the West African countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Ivory Coast, and the others. So since Burkina Faso declined and moved out of that chain, since they say that they no longer want to associate with the French started to lose up their power in that territory. France started to lose more that they were getting from these countries, because since the withdrawal of Burkina Faso, and Ibrahim Traore came up and started exposing the secrets, exposing the big issues that these people has been doing to his country, and how they have been exploiting their countries. So that's when the citizens decided, realized what was happening, and they were just there not knowing what was going on. So that brought up a more interaction between the citizens and the government, and that's when the government decided to send away all the military troops of France. That's when they decided that they no longer want to associate with any foreign powers, but they want to depend on themselves. So this has bring a lot of confidence in African countries, because most of the African countries are now willing to do the same. They are willing to follow the footsteps of Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore. But you know what is happening in these countries, maybe we can say it's all right, it's okay, but what we have to know is that it's not a good issue. It's not a good process, because it costs a lot. If you want to know what are the consequences of the coup d'etat in the country, then you have to ask those who have been experiencing this. It's not something good, because you never know the intention of someone whom will come to take the government. You don't know what his interest will be. You don't know why he decided to do so. The other person will come and started to do something which is against maybe your will, and started to do and treat you worse than what you have been experiencing, maybe and under those people that you have decided to send away. So earlier, before, we had Ibrahim Traore when he made his speech concerning Ivory Coast. As he said that they don't have any problem and any issue with Ivory Coast, but they have the problem with the people who are leading and governing Ivory Coast, because they never had any issue with Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is the neighboring country of Burkina Faso. So instead of them coming together, decide that they want to cooperate and make their countries stronger, make their countries to the way and the level they wanted. Now the Ivory Coast decided to pull away from Burkina Faso and start to attacking Burkina Faso, start to be used as a tool to destroy Burkina Faso. That is what bring most of attention to the people, to the citizens of Ivory Coast, and that's why they have decided to send away to overturn their puppet president, because this guy has been a puppet of the president for a very long time, and as you know, this guy is very old, 80-something years, but so he has nothing to lose. What he has to do is he's just there to maintain his governance, maybe his leadership, but he has nothing to deliver to the citizens, because when you take a look at the years and the time that he has been in the government and leading that country, it's a very, very long time, but nothing good has come to this country. And that's why the citizens, they have decided to take the action and say that if Burkina Faso had decided to do this, and now we are seeing the progressive of Burkina Faso, we are seeing the achievements that are being made by Burkina Faso, then if we decide that we can take the same way, maybe we can change the status of our country. And now we have experienced, the citizens have decided, the government, the army of the country has decided that they no longer want to support a puppetry to their country. What they want is a good leadership. What they want is a good governance. What they want is a free, independent state of Ivory Coast. And we as Africans, we have declared a war, and this war we are not going to retreat until we hold our agenda of uniting Africa. We are not going to retreat until the leaders, maybe even those leaders who are in government, decide to work to the government, to work and deliver to the citizens, decided to focus and base on the interest of the citizen, but not enriching themselves and working to cooperate and associate with the foreigners who are coming to manipulate the African countries, take everything in our country, leaving African continent in a poverty situation, in a poverty. situation, and which are they still exposing? So if the citizens of Ivory Coast have decided to take their action and to make their steps as they have did, then we as the other and for fellow Africans, we don't have problem with that unless otherwise. So the Africa has woken up. Africa has woken up. Africa has woken up, and now Africa is not a place to manipulate anymore. Africa is not a place to come and convince people that this is what you have to have. You have to do. This is not you. This is what you have to maybe to follow. Africa is not on that status of being dictated to their lands. Africa is not in a status of begging and requesting for us to make development. We are now going to make the development by our own. We are going to make our decision by ourselves. We are going to depend on ourselves, and we are going to fight for ourselves. We are going to solve our problems by ourselves. Africans youths don't want to go and learn abroad. They don't want to go in abroad or in foreign countries to look for job. We want to learn in our countries. We want to be educated in our countries. We want to get employment in our countries. We want to develop our countries. We want to make a good economic status in our countries, because Africa is the place that has to be respected. Africa, because Africa has all that is needed to make its status as what the world requires. Africa is the one sitting on the top of all the minerals and resources that the world needs. So why Africa has to suffer when we have everything that we have? This is Kenyan Explorer. I got not talk much about this. Just tell me what you have in the comment section. Give up your views. Give out your opinions. Maybe what do you have to say about this issue of Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali? They have decided to follow the same path. They have decided to speak for one voice. They have decided that they want to cooperate and make the Sahel states a very strong and stronger that no one can touch. So this will just be an example, and it has already been an example to the fellow and the African continent at large. And we are hoping that the African countries, the African leaders, even those who are in offices who have been elected democratically, they will know that they have to deliver the citizens. For them to maintain their power, for them to maintain their governance, then they have to do and best the interest of the citizens, but not collaborating, associating with the foreigners who are coming to destroy Africa instead of building, as we are fighting to build Africa just to be as per our dreams. So tell me what you have. Don't forget subscribe for more updates. Until next episode, stay tuned and peace out.